One of my questions here is what worked well for you and your team? What have you learned over time that helps lead to success? Is there something that you can do you have a takeaway?
I think the most important lesson I've learned in sport, whether it's in work, whether it's in life in general, is communication is the key factor for success. And often we understand that incorrectly because the most important narrative you'll ever have is with yourself. So even in a race where you race with three other people, the most important conversation you'll have is with yourself the whole time. It's easy to talk and motivate other people, but we tend to break ourselves down. You mentioned sailing around the world on your own, and the amount of conversation you have in your head there is insane. But you can control the level of that narrative. Like open and honest conversation with yourself, I believe, is the key factor to success. Which means that when you're hurting, acknowledge that you're hurting and then make a plan how you're going to approach it instead of saying, I should have been better, etc. So I think obviously in a team sport like adventure racing, communication between team members, hey, I'm taking strain, or where are we going? What is the map saying? But as I get older, the one thing I've learned is whether it's expedition, whether it's work, it is how do we communicate with ourselves? How honest are we with ourselves, but also do we have grace with ourselves? You go up a mountain, 3/4 up, you're taking strain. You've got one or two choices. Either acknowledge it and then have a conversation with yourself. How do you best address it and get to the top? Or you can get 3/4 up and start blaming yourself for not training enough or whatever the reason might be. And then basically you've lost that battle. So one key factor is communication, but start with that narrative with yourself. And I know it sounds very airy-fairy, but the reality is I'm very good at breaking myself down. I don't even need somebody else to be critical towards me. But if I do that 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm already sleep deprived, there's no way I'm going to get through the night. But I can't change the whole situation. People say you should think positive. You can't think positive. You don't actually speak to yourself positive. And how we speak to ourselves, I think, is getting through those dark patches in expedition, or I just guess in day-to-day life.